Every record matters. Every moment matters. Every scream, hands in the air, shuffle, the last drink, the last hookup, all this stuff's now upon us. And that's quite sad, because I can't say I'll see you next year. Thanks, it's been an amazing season. This is it. That club has touched the hearts of millions of people worldwide for years, now, or 27 years, to the point that it's just going to close. I reckon there'll be plenty of tears from a lot of people when it gets to that point where there's no more. How do you finish off a legacy like that, which is so high? The whole thing is left down to me. Hello. Welcome to the final chapter of the Big Cold Cuts. That's it. Nothing more to be said. Goodbye. Go be the same. Not yet, no, not yet. Soon. Soon.
You start 10 here, correct?
I'm going to come here for 10. That doesn't mean I'm going to start.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be here.
Right.
So I'm going to be here, 10 o'clock, make some mojitos, something like this.
Okay.
And then if Dave says 10:30, quarter to 11, let's go. Doors open.
Ready.
We're ready.
Okay.
Let the battle commence. Is that okay out there? You happy?
Yeah.
Yeah? Excellent. Obviously, it changes when people come inside, but it's just so amazing. The sound in this place is unbelievable. It's only taken 15 years. But anyway, we got there in the end, didn't we? Space was always a place that I felt at home.
It's just a beautiful club. They really care about that club. And the sound system is impeccable.
It's a beautiful space to feel very free in and to feel very comfortable and be who you are.
Ibiza has been a party place, what I think, like since over 2,000 years already. It's been proven to be in the right spot on the planet, to have a good time, have a great atmosphere.
When you get down here the plane, there is something straight away in the air. It will be always an island of smells, you know, when you go around and you have these wild flowers that smell super strong with the heat and the blue water. All these people that comes here and enjoy music, that get lost a little bit, and you will cross in the early morning, people that goes out to the club to the people that goes to the beach. And it has this kind of, you know, chaotic, at the same time, very beautiful experience, I would say.
Then you have maybe the best DJ on the planet, Carl Cox, running a night in that club on this island.
Prepare yourselves. This is the final chapter. You are and always will be the revolution. This is Carl Cox.
He gives everything when he plays, and I think it's not about what he plays. There's a few kind of DJs where it's really less about the music than what they transmit.
Are you ready?
I mean, music is frequency, and you can transmit your emotions through music, and that's 100% what he does.
Tiene su presencia física, que es impresionante. Y después lo traduce en este magnetismo, en esta dulzura. Su sonrisa es cautivadora. Cuando él se sonríe a la gente y les habla, y la gente está embaucada por la atracción que manifiesta y que transmite. Yo veo cómo el público reacciona con él. Y esto lo transmite con una facilidad, y esto es su éxito realmente.
Are you ready?
This house here has been my home for 15 years. Every time I've been playing at Space, this is where I come to.
When you play for Carl's night, you're invited to stay with him in the villa. It's just an incredible place where a lot of stories get exchanged and talked about, and people get to know each other.
So when you have a place like this, it gave us the ability to be able to bring the DJs here, to make them feel relaxed. You can see how relaxed they are. It makes it even more special if they can kind of hang out, we can talk, we can eat, laugh, cry, whatever.
When you go on stage, if you are not a robot, so you need emotion, you need sensibilities, and I think it's for that we really enjoy to play in this place.
For us, we treat everyone as family. This is the thing I'm going to miss more than anything else.
Probably most people don't know about that. It's a big part which also made that night a successful night. You went with a group together to Space, and you were like, we're going to rock Space tonight, all of us.
I went there as a punter first, so when I got the call to come and play there, for me, I was very excited to do it. So I kind of had an idea what I was going to do and how I was going to do it anyway.
Hola, buenas noches.
There's no textbook to success in dance music. Everything we did was kind of almost like trial and error. All we knew is that if we did this, we're going to have some fun. And that's what a lot of people forget about what we're doing. Is at the end of the day, it's about having fun.
Yeah.
Welcome to my office. The history. The club was basically set up by a man who's very unique. And that's what makes Space. It's Pepe, it's him. You don't have him, you don't have Space. It's simple. There's no way you're going to catch me in a DJ booth at 80 years old. Forget about it. It ain't going to happen. So here's Pepe, glass in hand, enjoying the moment. People see him as a folk hero. When I first heard about him, he's basically a young gay man who basically grew up on the island. He ran these clubs in a Ibiza town called Playboy Club. And he was basically the consummate host.
Teníamos un público pequeño, residencial, que había también muchos judíos y muchos nazis que se habían refugiado aquí en la isla después de la Guerra Mundial. Entonces, poco a poco se va desarrollando el turismo, siempre con unos patrones en los cuales la moral era la que guiaba todo el comportamiento del turismo. Y después llegan los hippies, que llegan a finales de los 50 y traen una forma de vivir y de entender la vida completamente diferente.
As soon as you have a talk with him, it's someone that you can stay for 24 hours just to have talk and just to hear him about stories and things. And that's something that is leaving, I would say, with Space, and that is something that sometimes makes me a little bit sad.
Mi filosofía ha sido siempre vivir los tiempos con el público, en la cabina, entre el público, en la puerta, en las emergencias, en los baños. Yo me muevo en la discoteca, en todos los espacios, y analizo lo que ocurre en cada lugar para sentir el público cómo se expresa y siente sus momentos que viven dentro de la discoteca.
I would say he's been a very important factor of what's happened here on the island, People come into this club, into space, they see what's going on, and they try and emulate that club into their countries. There hasn't been any other club that has had that worldwide appeal. Yes, people like to go to Pacha, yes, people know about Amnesia, but space has always been a staple diet of coming to the island if you're into clubbing.
Okay, so our next esteemed gathering here on stage to discuss the end of an era, the closing of Space in Ibiza. Lynn Cosgrove, Carl Cox, of course, Pepe Rosello, the owner, and Grego is our moderator.
Carl, this is the last year. Discuss.
The situation at Space is beyond all of our control. I'm being very diplomatic here. And for me, I would have had, in my lifetime, the best 15 years in any nightclub in the world, and it's Space. So I want to leave it with a bang like you've never seen before. That has been my church for the last 15 years, and Pepe has allowed me to do what I do in this club.
This 27 is a symbol from big artists who die at 27, like Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Amy Winehouse, etc., etc. They die, but the music will remain forever. It's our last year, but from the whole crowd who passed to Space, all the love, all the music will remain stick in there, on the walls, everywhere. This spirit will remain forever inside of the clubs. This is my feeling, and this is why we adopt this 27 as a symbol who remains forever in Ibiza.
The actual land that the club stands on, the owner of the land is the Matutas family. They own quite a lot of property on this island, Ushuaia being one of them. Pepe paid him, then he built the club. Now, Pepe's 80 years old. He's looking to retire, and also I think they made a deal between each other, but if they get to this point, that Matutas will pay him out and then basically retain back the rights to this property, and that's it. So if Pepe's gone, I'm gone. I can't work for anybody else. They both look miserable, don't they? And I want to go to Ushuaia because the DJs look really happy to be here. It used to be about colour, and it's just it turned into a techno funeral. Oh well, it is what it is. When you end up not doing what you love anymore, and it's not really your fault and the reason why it's come to this point, that's quite hard to take, because it's not done yet. None of us are done yet. We still have a lot of water in our wells. Obviously with Ushuaia and the way how things have happened with that, the clientele have come to spend money. They're coming in on the boats or the private jets, and they're coming in and and that table was this tier, that was that tier, and it's turned into more of a VIP culture in the club for sure. Whether it's the right way or the wrong way is another story, because at the moment people who can't afford to have that type of afternoon or evening don't go. We never had this before, luxuries in Ibiza. The only luxury we had is if we got ice in your drink. That was about as far as it went.
La base no es el lujo, la base es el público normal que siente la llamada de la música en una isla que ofrece para todo el mundo algo distinto, algo nuevo. Venir a Ibiza significa buscar una aventura también, encontrarte con algo diferente a lo que tienes en cualquier otro destino. Hay que ir con mucho cuidado porque puede ser que se pierda, entonces estamos vulgarizando el comportamiento turístico, cosa que Ibiza perdería la singularidad que la caracteriza. Y yo pienso que se está perdiendo ya.
It's unavoidable to see that something's happening to the island with that particular big step of losing space. The thing is, there was always posh people, because a lot of people complain now, oh yeah, Ibiza's getting so rich. They were always there. Maybe now they're a little bit more presented because there's more clubs for the posh people.
Nothing against the VIP, because many VIP people, they love music, but also other people, they don't understand, they just come to spend money, they just want champagne.
The kind of inverted commas VIP culture seems to be a bit more prevalent now, but I think society as a whole has been a bit that way now. Just use Middlesbrough as my hometown as an example. It's not a particularly affluent place, and yet you see photos of kind of 18, 19-year-old guys going out on a Saturday night, renting a booth in this grotty bar and buying a bottle of Grey Goose with a fucking sparkler in it. And you're like, there's nothing really VIP about that. Ibiza seems to have taken quite a bit of that on, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily an island change. I think that's a change within a lot of places.
Okay, hello, and with me is DJ Carl Cox, who I'm sure you've all heard of. Hello, Carl.
Thank you very much, thank you very much.
When did you get started originally?
When I was about 8, really. I used to play records to my family's friends who used to come round, and they asked me to sort of like play the music for them, and I enjoyed it, sort of like doing that as an entertainer, so I've actually carried it off since I was 8 till now.
Mum was a midwife, my dad was a bus driver, so he used to drive the buses in the local area. My mum used to go work at St George's Hospital in Tooting. Then we moved further afield to a place called Carshalton. This was the first school that I attended as my infant school. Hello, mate. Yeah.
Oh, Lee Jackson.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Hello, mate.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Picture, Michelle showed me a picture.
No way.
Do you have a thing?
Ah.
I said, get your skin, are you?
That's right.
Listen.
Brilliant, mate. Absolutely brilliant. There was always a path for me, I think, with music. You know, I used to come to the canteen here and bring my dad's stereo down and then fire off some records for 1 hour for the afternoon. The teachers, they couldn't understand why I would bring a bag of records to school. My friends were playing conkers and they're playing marble up the wall and that sort of stuff, and I was in the canteen playing tunes.
The house was taken over with records. There was just like vinyl, stacks of vinyl everywhere, literally. Front room, kitchen, on the landing, upstairs. He played music to my mum and dad's friends, and then he was watching them dancing, and to keep them dancing, he would think, what record comes next, what record comes next?
That was my bedroom at the top there. Not very big. We was the only black family here. It was us. There was no one else. So when we moved in, we did stand out a little bit, you know, based on who we were. But we just found everyone very endearing, and at the end of the day, we got on with everybody. We knew everybody in the street. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Good to see you. I thought you might still be here, you know.
Yeah. I don't think we'll leave now, will we, Stan?
No.
Only in our coffees.
Come on. But I'm going to retire soon, you know.
Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah,
I'm going to slow down a little bit.
Your last year.
Well, it's the last year at the club, that space. But it won't be the last time that I play. I'll still be DJing, but I'm just going to be slowing it right down.
Yeah. That tells it all. Me and my sister, we must have been coming home from shopping or something. We're actually looking up at Carl's bedroom where the music must be so loud, because we're just like, oh God, not again.
You know, DJing was always just something that I knew I could enjoy and share the love of the music, but I had to earn money, so I had to do something. So I was always in the building trade doing something. I was talking earlier about cutting grass for the council. Yeah, cut grass for the council, whatever it takes. If there's a job, I'll do it. I never pissed and moaned about anything. I just got on with it, you know. And if I got £71 a week for cutting grass, I'm going to get £71 a week for cutting grass. That's how it went.
Nobody thought that anybody from a council estate with no qualifications would ever come this far. He kept saying that, you know, one day I'm going to be a famous DJ, and me and my sister was like, no, of course you're not, of course you're not. But he said, yeah, I am. I'm going to be famous one day.
We were creating all of this, you know. There was no real path to it, apart from what we were doing, what we were creating. I knew I could do this if I basically stand fast by what I believe in, because my dad didn't believe that I could be the person that I am today, but my mum did, only if I had the opportunity to do it. So I had certain opportunities, and once I walked through those doors, I busted them open. I always wanted to DJ, I always wanted to share my music, the passion that I have for it. I never really encountered everything else that was going to be something of which I had to deal with. As the new generation pop star DJ. I've never felt like that, but this is my title. Carl Cox, the three-deck wizard, the first pop star DJ to have a top 20 hit record. It was fantastic times, but it was kind of, all I really wanted to do was just play my music. I didn't really want everything else, but I got everything else and more. I would have people just standing in front of the turntables, just watching me play, not dancing or anything, and then writing down the records I was playing, and I was just like, this is just unbelievable. And that was week in, week out for years. And I thought, well, you know what, I think I've done it. If I've ever got my name out of the doldrums of other DJs who have been around for years but never got noticed, well, I got myself out of that and got noticed. But the thing was, what comes with it is the intrusion of your own life and privacy at the end of the day. And I just found it at the time very hard to deal with.
Thank you very much. Can I get
It's quite overwhelming sometimes. It's funny, the other evening when we went out for a meal, we was all standing outside the restaurant, and then people were like walking around and doing double takes and thinking, is it him? Is it? It is him. And then they would come back and ask, can I take a picture?
Once you're hot, and once you're not, you're not. And the quicker you go up, and as fast you go down. And all these things are in my head, I'm just going, I just don't want any of that. So I remember one weekend, there's a DJ called Bob Jones, and he said to me, do you ever feel like quitting? I said, yeah, I do actually, this weekend. And then I played one party in Liverpool, another one in London, and both of these events were just unbelievable. There's almost like the people sensed that I wanted to quit, and the nights were just outstanding. I just looked back and I just was like, how can I stop this? How can I walk away from what I've created, look at the people's faces, they're happy about what I'm doing? So I didn't quit, I carried on. And then it just got worse. It got better for me, but the intrusion got worse, the internet and everything was just full force. And then I started Space, so I embraced it. I was like, okay, well, if this is me, then here I am, bring it on. My trade-off has been not seeing my family as much as I would like. Everyone's like, I thought you would have been married by now, had a couple of kids and everything. I'm like, well, no. That didn't work out, kids. I never really wanted to become a DJ that was never there. For a father DJ that was never there for my kids. So I never really pushed for that. If I'm away all the time, then I'm not even the husband or the boyfriend. I'm just someone that just wants to come home, get something to eat, go to sleep, and then go to work the next day. That's no good either. So to have all of that, I really do have to slow down. I've given 40 years of my life to it, so let's do the rest of the years that I have, get to a point where it's a balance of it. Time is a thing that really does motor on through, but this has been the thing about where I'm at now, because I don't want to lose any more time with my family and with my friends. My mum's gone now, my dad will be the next one to go in that sense, and then I don't have any family structure after that. It's down to me. I'm the eldest out of all of us, so me, my two sisters and my niece. I mean, all my relationships have kind of turned to shit. Every relationship that I've ever had, it was to see if this was the one. And it wasn't like they didn't match up or anything. It's just the way how things have basically been. I've got to go away with a weekend or 2 weeks on tour or 3 weeks on tour, and I never expect anyone to sit there waiting for me to come back. It was just the fact that that's what I'm doing. That's who I am.
This is where Carl first moved with me in Brighton, 43 Surrey Street, our little home. I can remember Carl turning up with his 2 black bin liners full of clothes, and us being able to create more from that. We met at a party in London. He had that spark, And I always knew that Carl was going to go far. From the moment I met him, I knew it was going to happen.
What we tried to do in our early days was to create a certain amount of parties that we wanted to happen on the South Coast, which we did. And it was the beginning of something of which I started creating my name for myself in Brighton, and Maxine was a very big part of helping me do that.
This is one of the venues that we used to do parties on. I think it's one of the first parties that Carl actually played in Brighton, 21 2nd Avenue. It's a basement, which we kind of made into a club. I remember one time when Carl was playing and Norman Cook turned up. You know, I can remember his face going, wow, what is this? Amazing. Because Brighton people have never seen anything like it.
My success, whatever we created, was our success. And I was with her for 9 years doing that. So, you know, I started up a management company up together with her. I started up my DJ agency up with her. We were together. We were two peas in a pod.
When I first started managing Carl, no one had ever heard of anything like that, especially a girl managing a DJ. What was that all about? It wasn't a stop button. He would be working at least 5 times a week, 3 gigs most nights. A poor guy, what have I done to him? I think when you're in a relationship with someone, you kind of do want them to stop at some point. But then there's me booking them 3 gigs a night, so really, I'm to blame.
If anyone's been to my birthday parties at Space, they always know it's very special. I almost feel like I'm in a Truman Show in some ways. You know, Carl's birthday party, you know, singing happy birthday to me and presents and all sorts of things. But it's nice, it's very endearing, and I get very humbled by that. I'm racing towards that, you know, that 55, and then I've got 5 more years, and then I'm 60. I'm like, oh my God, where's my life and my time gone? It's going to be the last birthday party that I have on the island based on my residency at Space. When you realise that, we know we're getting to a point where it's really seriously coming to an end.
Hello, good evening everybody, friends, family. We are here, all of us, celebrating the birthday of Carl Cox. Carl, happy birthday.
My birthday at Space has always been one of the biggest nights, and for sure this is one of the biggest nights that we've had at the club so far to date after 15 years of being there. If you look at most DJs today, they're working because they want to earn as much money as possible, which is fine. But once you've got all this money, what do you do with it? I'm really into my motorsport, and I can't do that all the time on DJing. So letting go of Space for me is actually probably a godsend in some ways.
Right. There you go, mate.
Hey.
Just a little bit of a thank you from us. Yeah.
I love this shot. I love the sidecar though. The sidecar's badass, isn't it?
The conditions and any updates from race control.
I've always been interested in racing. Always, no matter if it's push bike racing, whether it's roller skate racing, whether it's skateboarding. Of course, I'm not racing myself, but I like the idea that I've found some talented people who want to do it, and all I need is a little bit of support from myself to get to where they would like to be. But I'm enjoying it. You know, I can walk around the paddock, I can be who I am. Not many people know who I am as a person. They want to know some black guy that's into some sidecar racing. Oh, by the way, he's a bit of a DJ. That's good. Yes.
You need to step back. I think you need to step away from the music and then focus on something else and then go back to the music. Carl focuses on the cars and the motorbikes. He absolutely loved them all his life. So So we've got these here, we've got probably about 60 motorbikes in Australia, 15 cars out there, a couple in New Zealand. We had a few bikes out in Ibiza. Just lost count. I don't even know if he knows.
The thing is about being on a bike, it's a sense of absolute freedom. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life at the time you're riding, because you've got no one nagging in your ear about anything. You haven't got to worry about texts. It really is like almost like a solitude. I thought it would be really cool to ride all the way down to Ibiza for my closing party with me and my friends.
Now we're heading towards the final Tuesday, which is coming up this week. The more I think about it, the more intense I feel about it. There's so many feelings really at the moment. It's going to be, it's going to be emotional.
How do you finish off a legacy like that, which is so high? That's what I've been thinking. And it's left to me as well. It's not left to Sasha, Paul Oakenfold. It's not left to anybody. Pete Tong, nobody. It's left. The whole thing is left down to me. So I have a lot of weight on my shoulders. I've never ever had a plan on a set. Some DJs do, and it works really well for them. But it's all about feeling the crowd, where they're at that particular moment in time. Are they ready to take this record in, you know? Do they really know the significance of my selection, of what I'm going to be doing next? This is all the things that have been going around in my head. This is the moment in our lives that we're going to look back on forever. I think it's really important that you have an end game. I've done all of this. For it to all to amount to nothing would be quite a shame, really. But to be able to share my life with someone that understands me where I am now would be amazing. Because now I'll be able to just basically do whatever I like, whenever I like. I don't really want to become the longest standing DJ. You know, I'd rather kind of leave with my dignity in the way and go, okay, I'll leave it to the now generation to carry on a legacy of what I've created.
Thank you all so much. Breaks my fucking heart. Jeez.
We were all walking hand in hand. I thought of South Africa and be called a man someday.
Yo puedo decir una pequeña tontería, pero sí que es verdad. Paras la música en la discoteca y la gente sale, allí dentro queda algo flotando. aquel silencio, es que estás recogiendo toda la energía que se ha volcado allí dentro, ahí la tienes, y la tienes que poder escuchar. Es algo mágico. Yo digo algo que parece que extraño. No, para mí no es extraño. Es un momento mágico.